Coming up on Mountain News this morning, cold temperatures like we've been seeing impact humans, but what about wildlife? We'll explain. And a man faces possible assault charges this morning after attacking a Minnesota congresswoman with an unknown substance.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm McKinley Calandrino here with you on this Wednesday, January 28th. The time is now 4:59. Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Megan Desmall for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, it wasn't as bad as yesterday as I was walking into work today, but what can you tell us kind of for the rest of the week?
Well, we're starting to see those subtle improvements in the forecast in terms of those temperatures. For now, we do have another round of Arctic air coming this weekend, which will drop temperatures down significantly. So here's what you need to know as you're heading out the door this morning. Only looking at one county under a cold weather advisory for the WYMT viewing area, and that is Rowan County. Now, it's going to feel very cold still, but again, improvements in this forecast. I mean, we're only talking temperatures as you're heading out the door in the low to mid teens, which is not great, but compared to yesterday's single digits, I'll definitely take those temperatures. Now, by the afternoon, going to look about the same as yesterday. Some 20s, some 30s. Altogether, though, most folks will be staying below freezing once again, with the exception of Jacksboro at 34 degrees. And then at freezing, we have 32 in Middlesboro and in Williamsburg. Now, what we're going to continue to track this morning are a few flurry chances here and there. But by the time we head into the afternoon, these flurries will start to taper off, and we're looking at partly cloudy skies. McKinley.
Thank you, Megan. During this cold time, Kentucky State Police are looking for a missing person out of Harlan County. Here is a picture of 70-year-old James Garfield Grubbs. Troopers say he was last seen in the Bobs Creek area near Kaywood on Sunday. They say he was wearing a light jacket with jogging pants and a t-shirt. If you have more information, you're advised to call the Harlan KSP post at 606-573-3131. States across the country are stuck with a few more days of sub-freezing temperatures, potentially dangerous for the nearly 400,000 people still without power after this weekend's storms. Many of them in the South, but amid the misery, moments of Americans stepping in to help one another. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
Days after the snow stopped falling, crews in Kentucky are racing to restore power as temperatures linger below freezing.
Trying to get the lights back on as fast as possible.
Wednesday morning, hundreds of thousands were still in the dark across the South after the weekend's winter wallop. In hard-hit Nashville, Tennessee, tree limbs crusted in ice are still snapping. State troopers are going door to door, checking on people living without power. In Mississippi, with nearly 50 counties severely impacted by the storm, the governor has secured 30 generators from FEMA to send to critical businesses like long-term care facilities. But doctors are warning people not to run generators indoors or gas stoves for heat, with odorless carbon monoxide potentially deadly. The storm has contributed to more than 36 deaths across the country. About an hour northwest of Dallas, Texas, 3 young boys drowned Monday after falling into a frozen pond.
I tried to fight for my kids' life, where I had to watch them struggle and drown, and I couldn't help them.
In New York City, a rare sight, icebreakers freeing up the frozen Hudson River to help commuters. While overnight, an Uber driver already on a ride offered a helping shovel, digging a woman's car out of a snowy parking spot. All as the deep freeze is forecast to linger for a few more days. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
In some parts of the South, officials are warning it could take a week or more to restore power. Governor Beshear confirmed Kentucky's first weather-related death on Monday. A 72-year-old woman, Betty Veach, died Sunday in Whitley County. Governor Beshear posted Monday night Veach had died from hypothermia, but Veach's family disputed to that. We talked to Betty's son on Monday night. He tells us that she suffered a head injury after slipping and falling on ice near her home, and then later died at the hospital. In yesterday's briefing, the governor governor says hypothermia contributed to her death, but she also suffered a fall. Beshear says there are other deaths in the state that are investigating to see if they are winter storm related. And a second person has died as a result of winter weather in Kentucky. The Kentucky Justice and Public Safety Cabinet says Marvin Nichols, an inmate at Eastern Kentucky Correctional Complex, was among a crew of inmates removing snow and ice debris from facility grounds. Officials say Nichols fell and sustained a serious head injury. He was taken to the Appalachian Regional Hospital in West Liberty, where he later died. These frigid temperatures are affecting all of us. And what about wildlife? For deer, wildlife officials say it is too early to see the real impact, but they will be monitoring it. Heavy snow accumulations and the length of winter impact deer more than cold temperatures. They say deer are adapted for the winter conditions.
When you look at deer bring out a lot of different emotions and positive things, just like a lot of wildlife does. If done wrong, sometimes trying to help can have inadvertent bad consequences that we just want to make sure people are aware of and avoid if they can.
Feeding deer corn or other foods that do not occur in their winter habitat can make them sick or even die. Cutting down maple or aspen trees can help the most. Deer can easily digest the buds on the trees that are naturally occurring compared to other feeds. A man faces possible assault charges this morning after he attacked Minnesota Congressman Ilhan Omar with an unknown substance. The 55-year-old man was attacked immediately and arrested. The Congresswoman continued on. It's the latest incident in a city on edge after a second U.S. citizen, 37-year-old Alex Preddy, was shot and killed by federal agents on Saturday. A memo sent to Congress by U.S. Customs and Border Protection confirms what is heard in recordings that an officer yelled, quote, "He got a gun," multiple times before two agents shot at Preddy.
We are Minnesota strong, and we will stay resilient in the face of whatever they might throw at us.
I don't like that he had a gun.
President Trump said he's waiting on the investigation, but criticized Preddy's having a firearm. One Kentucky lawmaker has filed a Senate joint resolution to expand enrollment in Dolly Parton's Imagination Library program. The resolution was filed by Louisville Senator Cassie Chambers Armstrong. It would direct state agencies, including the Department for Libraries and Archives and the Cabinet for Health and Family Services, to collaborate on expanding enrollment for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library in Kentucky. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. And still to come, January is National Blood Donor Month, and the blood supply is critically low right now. We'll have those details.
And we're continuing to see those cold temperatures, but colder air is on the way.